What is going on, guys? My name is Jack McNeil of BaseballEssential.com. Now, as the hot stove is starting to heat up, we will be in Nashville next week covering the winter meetings, myself and three colleagues, Jeff Snyder, Nick Hamlin, and Robert Murray. Very excited about that, but let's get right to the Dodgers news. This is not breaking news, and if you're clicking on this, I'm sure you've already been caught up on this story, but we're just going to rehash here so we can cover all the bases. No pun intended there. Yasiel Puig, Cuban slugger for the Los Angeles Dodgers, arrested twice in 2013 for reckless driving, criticized for his bat flips and non-traditional way of playing baseball, has run out of excuses. At age 25, he now has a swollen face and swollenness and bruises on his face from getting into a physical altercation with a bouncer at his hometown Miami's bar, the Blue Martini Bar in Miami, Florida. According to TMZ Sports, Puig had gotten into a physical altercation with his sister and then the bouncer. According to the police, there had been no shoving involved that they know of so far with him and his sister. So right now, what we do know is that him and his sister were arguing. We're not sure if there was a physical altercation there. And the bouncer had asked Yasiel Puig to leave the bar. And Yasiel Puig accusingly, he had thrown a sucker punch at the bouncer. We're not exactly sure what happened. What we do know is there was a physical altercation with Puig and the bouncer, and it left Puig with a few bruises on his face and a swollen eye, I believe. Now, if he did get into a physical altercation with his sister, MLB would be enacting a domestic abuse policy in the case of Yasiel Puig. Similarly, they did with Jose Reyes early in this offseason, who was arrested for assaulting his wife. This new domestic abuse policy came after all the incidents in the NFL and all of the scrutiny the NFL was under, as well as their campaign that kind of changed the message, as NFL was going through a PR disaster, and baseball, looking to avoid that, wanted to get on top of this issue, a very important issue, and address some of these domestic abuse concerns. Again, Yasiel Puig is 25, and he's been with the Dodgers for a few years. He didn't play a full season last year, not even close to one. He had some injuries, some hamstring issues, and still was a force to reckon with in terms of the home runs. His average and our base percentage way down last year, and it left some wondering whether Puig, especially after this incident, fits in the Dodgers' plan long term. As of now, Puig is still a very good outfielder, and it doesn't make too much sense for the Dodgers to trade him. That being said, if the Dodgers are trying to cut payroll and they need starters, there could be a scenario where they get a young starter for they trade off Puig. I'm not sure what team would fit that. You could maybe argue the Cardinals if they really wanted to spend a ton of money and get rid of someone like Carlos Martinez and just go for it. But even that, the concerns that he's had with the law are legitimate ones. You know, the drive-in is one thing. It's a serious thing. People die from it every year. But to now, he kind of grows up. He's getting older. He's trying to mature. And to have an incident at a bar like this is a huge step backwards for Yasiel Puig. I'm not sure it marks the end of his time in LA. I don't see why this incident should do that unless the investigation finds something much more wrong in this situation than getting in a fight with a bouncer. Either way, it's terrible PR. And it's a terrible incident, but I'm not sure it marks the end for Yasiel Puig in LA by any standard, especially with the rate of what outfielders are going for nowadays. Jason Hayward could get a $200 million contract. Yasiel Puig has some great elements to his game, and again, he still is young. But like I said in the first part of this video, he is getting to the point where he no longer can make excuses using his age. He's been here long enough not to get in fights at bars. Thanks for watching. My name is Jack McNeil of BaseballEssential.com. I might add right here that these comments don't mean a whole lot until we know the full story. So full disclaimer, MLB is having an independent investigation, and until that is final, some of these comments are worthless. That being said, I will upload this video anyway. Let me know your thoughts on the situation and what the Dodgers should do, if anything, about this. And if nothing else, what are the Dodgers doing this offseason? Can they get Zach Greinke back? Does Yasiel play into their long-term plan? Are you just going to have an outfield with Ethier? You got all these other guys, but where does Puig play long-term? In my opinion, he's still staying in LA. There's no reason for him not to. If something comes out in this investigation, things could change. Thanks for watching, guys. My name is Jack McNeil of BaseballEssential.com.